Hello, my lovelies. Oh, I forgot that my chat is not there. Oopsie. Well, that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't feel like fixing it. I really don't. I uh, I haven't been doing great after the Repticon. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Eh, eh. Honestly, there's times where I'm home all the time and I kind of forget that I
Pretty
have
lady, hi.
I have actual health issues. Like I forget. I just forget. Most of the time when I'm standing around here, I just walk to the bathroom, which is like, if I had to estimate, it's probably like 10 steps to go to the toilet, and then it's like 3 steps to go to my bed. So there's not really a lot that I have to walk around with. And the big thing with pots is when you're okay. So let me try and illustrate with multi. Okay, so imagine. Okay, here let's do this. So me and move her. Hold up. Oh fuck, I messed up. That's okay. We're gonna move her. We're gonna illustrate this. So imagine that I am over here and I'm sitting on the bed. Okay, this is me sitting. So I'm sitting on the bed, and then I have to get up. This is for getting up. I have to get up. That is when my heart rate will spike up, and I will sweat sometimes because my brain is trying to get the blood to head to my brain. Because basically, what happens is your blood struggles to get to your brain. It will lower into your feet and just anywhere lower than your brain. It can't get up, and your blood pressure will be like, whoa, 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 please, I need that. I need that in my brain with the little wiggle worms. They need the liquid, and my body doesn't want to give it the liquid. It doesn't want to give it at all. So the more I sit down and stand up, the more I will trigger that initial brain freak out where it's like, whoa, I hate this. Whoa, why are you doing this? Whoa. And the longer I'm standing up, it doesn't relax. Your heart rate doesn't chill out when you're standing. It'll just stay risen because again, there's no blood in your brain. It's not there. It's not there. Let's be real though, there's not normally blood in my brain. There's clearly nothing up there. Oh god. So the Repticon made me realize, like, shit. Wait, it's not all in my head. I mean, literally, it's not all in my head because there's no blood up there like there's supposed to be. Oh god. I only thought about these on the spot. I entertained myself. So I haven't been doing great last few days after the Repticon. I've kind of been sleeping a lot. I will be up for about 3 to 4 hours, which is why this will probably be just a shorter stream. Otherwise, I'm just in bed playing Animal Crossing because it's all I can really do in bed. Like, I could sit here and watch videos, but I realized I haven't been just slowing down. I haven't been slowing down and enjoying things. Do you guys ever get that way where you're just like, as a kid, maybe you'll relate, your parents would constantly rush you and yell at you to go faster, and you had to go, 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 and there was like this really strict schedule because they just did really fast about everything. So now that you're older, everything feels really slow and really slow paced, and it's hard. It's hard to just slow down and do things with a slower routine. I have that difficulty a lot, so I've been kind of replacing it by doing Animal Crossing, which is something very slow, and in Hello Kitty Adventure, I've been playing that so much. It's slow. It's a day by day thing. So it works really well. Just kind of giving yourself things slower to do. Notice how I was talking really fast too, and then I was like, oh yeah, I gotta slow down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I word vomited. Oh no, wait, I just realized she's not turning as much. I forgot I changed all that. Let me fix her. Let me fix her. There we go. Oh yeah, and she couldn't do that at all. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's the movement. There's the hyperactivity of movement. Oh yes. Oh yeah. I forgot I lowered them for the sake of that body. The body didn't have these extremes that I did on them. Anything else that I lowered? Let's see. I think it's all good now. You can actually lean. I was wondering why she wasn't leaning. I'm like, I know I'm moving. I move a lot. Very expressive. Um, it's really interesting because when I pucker my lip, she doesn't pucker her lip. She does that like that. I don't. That's not a pucker. Did I mess that up? I might have messed that up. I don't know. Thank you. Hello, everyone, by the way. Hi, Mr. K. Hi, Alex. Hello, Jack. Hi. I'm gonna have a great stream because it's chatting today, so I could actually talk to you guys. You know, when I first get on stream, I'm a little hyper. That's when I'll make the most joke and I'll talk faster because I'm just really excited to stream. I'm always excited. I'm really excited to just be able to talk. I love it. I genuinely love it. I genuinely enjoy doing it. There's never really any thoughts behind my process. I just do it. I just get on. If you're not enjoying it, make sure you take a break, okay? If you feel like you're constantly gonna just kind of perform and aim for something, maybe take a break. Me too. I'm just putting on my regular playlist because I was curating a stream playlist, but fuck it. I have 6,000 songs in my regular playlist. That was one thing they kept asking me on the road trip. They're like, "What kind of music do you like, Maddie?" And I'm like, "I have 6,000 songs. You think that there's a limit to the type of music I like? No, those 6,000 songs aren't all like classical pop or something. They're everything. Everything. There's everything on here." And then the only thing that might not be on my playlist is metal. I think it's just metal. I don't think I have any screamer music. Not because I don't like it, but because the screaming just kind of triggers that the trauma, and it gives me a headache. They would scream so much at us all the time, so I can't listen to it. I don't think it's bad music. I like a lot of it. But if I listen to it actively, no, it doesn't go on my playlist. It's something I'll have to seek out myself, you know? I think there's a few things where it's like you won't put it in your regular vibes, but you'll actively seek it out when you want it. Like chocolate, something like that. I don't love chocolate, but sometimes I'm craving it, so then I'll seek it out. Ah, ah. So the road trip. Honestly, all of it was spontaneously planned the night before. That's just kind of the trip person we are. We're not much of planners. We just like to decide, all right, we have the money, we want to go out, let's do this thing. Let's do it. So the night before, my sister messaged me and she's like, "Do you want to go to the beach?" I'm like, "No, I don't really want stand up my coochie butthole thing." And then an hour later, she goes, "Okay, well, there's a REPTICON. You want to go to the REPTICON?" I'm like, "Oh, well, now color me intrigued." I remember the first one when I went to with you, and it was quite fun. That was when I was more healthy, but it was quite fun. I liked it. So, yeah, I said yes. We had no plans. I wanted to go. The only plan I really had was the video editing. I've been working hard on the last me side video. It is the last one of the series, and it looks all good. I've been enjoying just zoom ins, making jokes, having fun with it. I've been relaxing a lot more with it, and it's so fun. Dude, how do you separate? This is something I saw someone say. How do you separate your model from the background? How do I do that? Because when I zoom in on her, she gets all crunchy. Not here, but in the video, she gets all crunchy, and I'm like, how do I make that better? How do I fix that? Also, hello, Stinky. Hi, hey, Stinky. I need to Google some things. God, that's the time that you answer a question because I clearly asked a question. Oh my gosh. I'm still bitter. I'm such a bitter, salty person. I hate it. I hate it. Well, I'm not stinky if you're not stinky. Stinky. Oh god. Ugh. When she messaged me asking about the REPTICON, she said, okay, wake up by 8. She said, by 8 a.m. So I said, okay, I'm gonna wake up by 8 a.m. And I woke up at 6 a.m. because, well, that was before 8 a.m., so it was definitely by 8 a.m. And then at 8 a.m., she messaged me. She says, oh, by the way, we're not leaving until 10 a.m. So their doors are open. I'm like, what the fuck? You told me to get up by 8 a.m. and we're not even leaving until 10? Girl. And then she's like, what? No, I told you to get up at. And I'm like, babe, just roll up. I totally get that. I do that thing too where I'm like, oh, I thought I told you this like this. And then I scroll up, I'm like, oh, I didn't tell you it like that. I am wrong. I concede. I did not say it how I thought I said it. But when she does that, she's like, no, I absolutely did. The proof is fake. She's so crazy. She's so crazy. I love her. I love my sister. I actually do so much. Why a deception? Like Among Us? Among Us. So, let me drink my coffee. I need to slow down again. I'm getting excited. When I get excited, I just go blah, 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 blah. It's funny because if I had someone here, like, actually Decepticon. What's a Decepticon? Bad Transformers? I've never heard of that. Is that literally what they're called? I never partook in the Transformers. If I had someone physically here talking to me and responding with their verbal mouth hole, then I could probably slow down a bit more because I will sit there. I don't want to overrun the person that I'm talking to. But since I know it's just me here speaking and that's it, I'm just like. Oh god, I go crazy. I'm sorry. Autobot. See, I know the Autobot. Interesting. Honestly, I would probably go to it. That sounds kind of fun. I love conventions. I just can't go to them often. Actually, I'll tell a story time about that too during this because something happened during the REPTICON, and I was just like, "Whoa, calm down." But I'm gonna start with the road trip. We woke up at 8, and I'm like, "Well, since you're up, we should go eat something and do that, and like have breakfast." We're gonna be on a long road trip anyway. That's a few hours drive from us. Let me move the mic 1 second. Sometimes if I move it, it'll make a really loud noise. So we should go eat breakfast or something. She's like, nah, we're just gonna pick something up. So we did. We got some fast food. Something cheap, easy, accessible. And then onto the road trip. It was so early. I was so wide awake. I was so excited because it's the first time I've had a trip in so long. I was so excited. Herman! God damn. 13 months. It was crazy. Wait, you're not using Prime? You're using your actual money on me? Brother. Literal brother. What? Why? You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. I mean, I appreciate it, but you don't have to. I feel bad. I know your situation. What? Damn. I wish I could just give y'all more primes. I wish I could just give it away, like give it to a select few who I think are extra special. Personally, I still view I feel like mods shouldn't have to watch watch ads personally. I don't know, cause like, what if they miss an important part where the streamer needs them to do something? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's not a popular opinion. I don't know. I do the turbo too. Me too. Me too. Oh my god! High five. Rather pay than use my Prime, girl. I'm pretty sure if you could spoil me like I spoil you, then you would. I'm pretty sure. Mine's not even that I follow too many people. Mine is that I like. I'm autistic, okay? I'm autistic. I don't know how the world works. So I was super sheltered, and the limited view I have was very toxic and aggressive, and a lot of screaming and yelling, and no one ever got along. So, in order to feel like I'm understanding the world, I genuinely have to go and view all these other people and just kind of see what they're. There's so many streamers I will go look at because like they're popular. So I'm like, well, what are you doing? And usually I don't change anything because I think I'm a pretty great person to listen to. I'm Flips hair. I'm a little cool, you know. I feel pretty good about myself. I don't know. Please don't quote me on that. Please. But I still like going to view just to see the difference. Sometimes it's really interesting because I get to learn all the different types of content. Some of my favorites are cryptid types or horror or oh, what's the other one? True crime or I love ones who talk a lot. I love just chatting ones. I love listening to those. They have some wild stories. I always think it's really interesting listening to how they speak. I love gaming streams too, honestly. I feel like it's a very oversaturated content, but I refuse to stop because I love games, and I'm pretty sure that's generally what I see with other people too. Like they clearly just love playing games, and I always think those are really fun. They get invested in it. Don't role play with the game. I love those. I love those. They're so fun. Like if you get really really into the game, you're just like, I'm just like, I'm like, with you. I'm with you. You bring the energy, and I will match that energy. So yeah, I need turbo so I can see all these different ones and just just see. I just want to see. I want to observe. People watch. It's called people watching. I like people watching. Where was I in my story? I think I was starting off when we're heading out. We were heading out for the day. There wasn't much that happened at first. You know, I brought my banky just so I had my comfort object with me. It works really well having a comfort object when you're someone who's a little traumatized. I love I love just having my blanket with me or a plushie just to hold. I love it. It makes me very comfortable. And I wasn't partaking too much. I was sitting there playing Animal Crossing. I really love going on Animal Crossing and going to the Happy Island home designer and doing whatever the creature. That's my favorite because I know you can choose a theme if you want to, but I really love doing whatever theme they ask for because it's like, well, now it's catering to the cute little creature, and I'm giving it exactly what it wants, and I love doing that. But I'm one of those Animal Crossing girlies that people make fun of, where they're like, "You won't let the ugly people into your town." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I won't. I want the cute ones. I want the cute ones. They're so cute. Okay, I want them." I know people make fun of those. I see them all the time, and I'm always just like, "Yep, you're right. You're totally right. I can't disagree. You're right." So I've been doing a lot of the Happy Home Islands and having fun with that, and I love doing the. I always do big rooms because I feel like there's never enough space in the tiny room, and I love doing like I just had Whitney and Audie, I think her name is, move in together because they're clearly lesbians. They have a two-story house, and the bottom is the club for Audie, and then the top is like a makeup slash bedroom, kitchen, living space. I love it. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love designing. That's my favorite thing. And then At some point, they were like, I gotta go piss break, and I'm like, no, I don't gotta. But everyone else said yes, so we stopped. The first place they stopped, there was no bathroom. It was a gas station. I didn't know gas stations didn't have bathrooms. I feel like there's no way it didn't have a bathroom. The guy just probably didn't want to share his bathroom with the general public. There's no way they didn't have one. You got someone working there all day? No way. So we had to go across the street, and then now that they're all like, I gotta go piss, bro. Now I'm like, well, shit, you all gotta go. Now I gotta go. I'm a follower sometimes too. You infected me. They transferred the pee into my body, and suddenly now I had to go too. That's what I like to think of it. uh, and then that's when they asked me what kind of music I like listening to, and I'm like, what do you mean, what kind? I listen to all, because they were listening to some really crazy music. There was one where it was about liking. Oh God, hold up. I'm gonna trip on my words. Let me drink my coffee before I let me drink my coffee before I say this. According to my sister's boyfriend, it's one of her favorite songs, um, which is really interesting. The lyrics were essentially like, "I wanna smell your dick." I wanna sniff your dick. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this song? What is this song? And then there was another one where the guy was, it was rap, but he would go like every few lyrics. And I'm like, what what is he doing this for? Apparently it's a really popular song. I'm like, yeah, it's probably popular because they also like going. Oh, they listen to interesting music. The sniff, the I wanna smell your dick. It's so funny. Why? 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 I never thinking about sniffing anyone's anything. I don't want to sniff anyone. I don't. I'm not a sniffer. It's okay if you are, but it's not something I think about doing. So I'm just sitting there like, this is a song. I mean, it's got a good beat, but these lyrics. Oh wow, these lyrics. I can't be the only one when you listen to a song and you're like, ooh, this beat, but then the lyrics are something like, my bag, my my. What? Wait, my. What was it? My bag, my pussy. No, wait, is it? I can't remember the lyrics. You know what I'm talking about. Someone here knows what I'm talking about. I can't remember the order. I can't remember it. It's crazy. I've been having to censor all the cuss words in YouTube videos for my official. Oh right, neck, back, pushy, crack. I like that you did pushy. Pushy. I'm also pushy. Yeah, that one. Hey, you knew what I was talking about. The beat of that one's so good, but I can't be the only one where you're like, these lyrics are crazy. They're so crazy. That's why we love them. We love the crazy wild people. Let's be real.
My neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack.
All right, Banzak. I know you were sitting there also looking at me like, oh, these lyrics. I bet you were probably thinking, damn, I wish you wanted to sniff my Never, never. I will never want to. Keep it away from me. I will kick it. I see not something to sniff, I see something to punt. I said that! I said that! God. They had really good beats though, they really did. After they asked me what type of yeah, I think it's because they're sus about them cheating. Yeah, I think so. After they asked me what type of music I like, I said pop. That's probably my favorite, like really upbeat dance music, things you can like, yeah. Um, they started putting on Billie Eilish, which hell yes, I love Billie Eilish. I do. But they definitely catered to me, and I was like, thank you. Thank you. And then afterwards, they went back to doing 80s music because it was like a mix of the Smell Y'all Dick and the classic 80s. I can't remember some of them. I already forgot them, but I know they were classic. Very popular ones. And then I think y'all told me a band name that I already forgot, but I was like, wait, that's actually the band name? And you were like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm the best storyteller because I guarantee I'll forget at least 90% of the details. I'll still get the point across, but the details, nah, they're not there. They're not there. They're not there. And I don't know about any of you, but when I go on a road trip, I love stopping at all the different Walmarts just to see what I'm missing out on. Because like, I don't normally go to them anymore because we go to Kroger's, but like they're big, and there's a lot of stuff. And I remember when our Walmart had a McDonald's in it, and a glasses shop, and so many things inside of it. Now it's just like a haircutting place, and that's it. But this one had a Claire's, and I'm like, ooh, I don't really like Claire's, but sure, my sister likes it. We'll go in it. They had clip-on earrings, and I love earrings. I love wearing earrings, but because of my immune issues, anytime I try and get a piercing, without fail, it doesn't matter if I perfectly do the healthcare instructions of alcohol and keeping it clean, and there was some other things that I used to do to try and not get infections. It doesn't matter how much I do, I still get an infection so bad that the earring has to come out. It has to. I have no choice but to remove it. And I miss it because I loved earrings. I love piercings. I want more. I wish I could have like little pretty decorated earrings, but I can't because of how bad my immune system is, and it makes me so sad. It made me so sad. But we got clip-ons. They got me clip-ons. They bought them for me, and I was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" So they have really cute clip-ons. Actually, I had the. You can't hear it. It won't come through. It won't come through. Ah, no! I did it. I have all of them in this little box. That I think it's one of theirs. It's got Sailor Moon on it. Very cute. I'm really happy. We got $3. And then I had to get new shoes because see, the thing about if you mess up your foot, if you like tear a ligament in it like I did, you're not supposed to walk on it for at least a month. And mine happened 2 or 3 weeks ago now, so not long enough. It's still healing. It still hurts. If I walk on it too long, it hurts. And the shoes I was wearing did not have a backing to it, so it wasn't gripping my foot, and there wasn't any security to it. So anytime the back of the shoe would go down, I would just have a shooting pain where the middle of my foot is, which is where I'm injured. So I asked them if I could go get shoes, so I got some new shoes too. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. See, the thing is, when I lived with my parents, I only got hand-me-downs. So a lot of the clothes that I have now are the exact same clothes I had when I lived with my parents. I don't really like buying myself clothes. I feel like it's not something that is particularly worth my money. I feel like I'd rather get a game. I'll have more enjoyment from that for longer. So I just have a lot of like loose clothing, dirty old shoes, like really dirty. Just nothing that's very well kept. Very old. So getting the new shoes, I was kind of just like, wow. Clothing that's actually decent looking, not torn up by cats over the years, not covered in stains from being white and just having it for so long. No holes in it. It felt weird getting myself something, but I'll definitely keep wearing them because they're very cozy. They have back and don't make my feel like they're being compressed into a stick. I have white feet. I have white feet. And at the Walmart, I think it was mostly just driving. I know that I was sitting there, and at some point I closed my eyes and just passed out. I guess I was really tired and I didn't realize it. I feel like the older I get, the easier it is to just close my eyes and then suddenly I've slept for 30 minutes. Because when I was younger, if I tried to do that, no, wasn't gonna happen. But now, as I get older, I can sit in the car, close my eyes, and bam, suddenly I slept. Suddenly I slept, and I'm like, whoa. I didn't even realize I was that tired. So I passed out. Ugh, I'm sick it. Coffee. I hate the morning nasal, post nasal drip. It sucks. Okay. I don't think we did much more on the ride. It was just a lot of being silly, laughing with each other, and making jokes. I can't remember any of them. I know there were a lot of funny ones. I'm trying to think. I can't remember a single one. I remember just laughing. It was fun. It was really fun. It was a bonding experience going on a road trip. And it's just so nice and calming, especially when you're not the one how to drive. I imagine the one driving was probably sitting there like, oh, traffic. Also, everyone keeps saying, why have drivers gotten so bad? I can tell you why where I live. And it's because they did this really horrible driving test for a while where it really wasn't a driving test. They basically, this is also how I got my license. They basically just had you back up, parallel park, and then drive in a circle. But it was like one time. That was literally it. There was nothing else. They didn't have you do anything else. I'm like, this is the worst driving test that I've ever seen. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is a nothing sandwich. It's not gonna. This is not testing anyone's ability to drive. Like, of course, we had to do the turn signals, but you're expected to do those when you back up or take a turn or anything. It's like this is horrible. I don't think that I don't think a single person failed it because how could you? How could you fail that? That's so basic. And if someone tells you what the test is like, you could just go home, practice those three specific things, and then bam, you got your license. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's not teaching you speed limits. That's not teaching you how to actually drive on a road. It's not teaching you about stoplights or stop signs or four ways or anything. It's nothing. It's nothing. It was a horrible driving test. And then this driving test was like this for months. So a lot of people got their license with that. Yeah. I wonder why drivers are so horrible. I wonder. Probably because the test was horrible. It's not a test. There's been so many accidents and just crazy people and people go. I feel like I saw this in Atlanta when we were driving around, but people would just shove themselves between two cars that are doing the proper thing. Like if they're I think it's 300 feet apart, which is what you're supposed to be. Anytime you're following someone, they would just shove themselves in there. It's like this is not space for you. It's not space for you. What are laws? My favorite thing is when you're looking online and then you'll see posts about people where they're like, well, I'm driving 90 in the fast lane. It's like, the fast lane, you're still supposed to, you're not supposed to do that. It's not like, yeah, it's a fast lane, but you're still gonna get pulled over if they catch you doing 90, dude. You're not supposed to. That's too fast. That's reckless. That's reckless. People crazy. People crazy on the road. This is why I don't drive. They scare me. Anyone who has a driving job, you're brave. I applaud you. Continue doing your work. I'm proud of you. Not for me though. So we got to the Repticon, and for some reason they were making us pay for parking, which was interesting. They have never made us do that before, but they did this time. It was like, I don't remember. It was a fee, and the entrance was sealed off. It was labeled as the exit. You couldn't go through the entrance. You had to go through side doors. And of course, I brought my walker because I'm gonna need to sit down on with my pot, and I'm gonna need something so I'm not constantly walking around going looking like I'm dying in front of all these people. What happened, anyways? My face red and horrible, and I'm sweating and I'm dripping, and they're all just staring at me like, damn, she good? No, no, I'm not. I'm not good. I'm not good. So I had to go through the side doors. The worst part was it was raining. I don't know if anyone checked the weather, but it was raining, which I love rain, but going through it with a walker, no. No. Going over curbs with a walker, no. So I had Zach bring it up to the door because I can still walk. It's just that I need to have a accessible seat. The walking is not gonna last very long. I can do it for a bit. Like, give me 10 minutes of walking, and I'll probably be sweating by the end. But I can do it. I could do it. I could persevere. So I got to the doors. Zach had my walker. We had a water in there for me, of course, because that's just smart with pot. In my phone, so I couldn't take any photos, unfortunately. But when we get in there, it's the vibes. Like this. I think what I love about conventions is everyone there is happy about what they're there for. They're all just really excited. They're excited to see all these goodies that they don't normally get to see in places. They get to have a shared interest with everyone there because obviously everyone's there for the reason that the convention is. And everyone's just happy. They're all happy. I mean, maybe there were some miserable people, but I sure didn't see them. I didn't see them. Ah, dang. So most of these booths, they're gonna be breeders who are trying to meet up with other breeders and make connections. And then other ones, they're trying to make some sales, trying to get some money. Most of them are just doing ball pythons because they're a very easy breed. Fortunately, there were a lot. I got a little tired of seeing all the ball pythons. I would never say these things in front of people, okay? Because there was one table where I had asked why there were so many ball pythons to my sister, and she told me, "Oh yeah, they're just overbred." And the poor girl behind the table sat down just dejected. I'm like, "Girl, you should have said that in front of them. You could have just told me to wait a second." Like, I get I asked a question, but oh, that poor girl's feeling. She looked so dejected and sad because she knew she wasn't gonna make a sale, and I'm like, ugh. It felt so bad. I mean, oh man. The most interesting ones were the ones selling like, and I would never buy these, but they were selling centipedes and spiders. We sell jumping spiders with really cute, tiny little enclosures. I don't know. I always question how safe the enclosures that they sell are because I've seen my sister's and hers are really good, really well done, very good economies, very good ecosystem. So when I look at the ones where there's just a bunch of decorations and no real plant life or anything in them, I'm like, is that good for them? Is that okay for them? I don't know. I'm not a reptile or animal expert. I don't know. I am just a normal person. Do not research all these animals. Someone with more experience can certainly tell me. I don't mind because I asked. Thank you. But there was one with a really cute Studio Gilby. design with To My Neighbor Totoro and a little hole in the little room. It was so cute. And little jumping spinners, they're so tiny. I didn't realize how tiny they are. They're like the size of a thumbtack. And I'm like, I could never own one. I feel like I could just crush it at any second. I wouldn't even intend to. It would be accidental because they're so small. Nah, nah. They said that they're one of the ones that know what you are, so they're really intelligent. I'm like, what do you mean? How do they know? How do animal thought processes work? You ever look at your animal and think, what thoughts are in your head? What are you thinking? Do you know who I am? Do you realize what's going on in life? Do you like the food I give you? Probably not. So many questions for them. It's funny because I feel like if I could speak to my animals, I probably wouldn't want to. I don't think I want to be Snow White. I don't think I would. I'm trying to think because, like, what if they're just cussing me out? What if they secretly hate me and they're just tolerating me? And I would know because now I could understand them. The thoughts of a traumatized child. What if it secretly hates me? What if the old animal that purrs and loves on me and comes and sits with me secretly hates me? Just normal traumatized thoughts. I'm sure plenty of people get that too. I feel so bad when I learn people share similar childhood to me. I'm just like, you poor thing. I'm so sorry. I really am. I hope you heal. I'm so sorry. Um, so going around, I really want to take photos, but since my phone was in my walker, I wasn't. I was trying to sit a lot. Anytime we could, I would sit. It was also really interesting because dance music. It was really interesting because you could always tell who was very personable and good at the customer service aspect of doing a tabling convention. So, like, this is something I noticed at old conventions too. If you're doing convention specifically, you might want to try and get your really extroverted friends to actually do your tables because people will absolutely buy based on whether or not you're very friendly and personable. They will 100% buy on that. If you can make them feel like you're just like friends right off the get go, then they're going to be a lot more inclined to buy from you than someone who is just kind of standing there staring at you. Uh, and I noticed this a lot. You would always see the tables where they're really personable, having a lot of people, versus the tables where they're kind of just sitting there or standing there, not doing anything, not really having anyone there. It sucks. I understand as an introverted person, it really sucks, especially as someone who was very shy. I know I don't seem like it now, but I was. I was. It really sucks hearing that tabling can be very not good, but you really do. You got to have the customer service. Every single person who would actually actively talk to us and hold a good conversation was so fun, so fun. We sat there for a while looking at their stuff. It was so fun. It was so like they're being chill, they're being fun, they're being interactive. Now, does everyone want someone interactive? No, but most people will gravitate towards the more friendly and approachable ones. It's just that's why you're approachable and friendly. That's why. That's the point. So we went to one table with these really adorable 3D printed and hand knitted. I think it was knitting pieces, and the lady there was so friendly. We got to talk about Pokemon TCG, which I haven't been playing much of. I've lost my interest. It was fun for a bit, but you know, why why would I want to open up an app on my phone every day? I don't think about it. I don't think about it. I really don't. It's not a habit that I form. Maybe for gotcha people at work, but for me, I'm not a gotcha person, so I don't open it that much. And she was so mad because they keep seeing all these god packs online, and they're like, "Where's mine? Where's mine?" I'm like, it's like a 0.5% chance rate, and they're like, "Yeah, and that's bullshit." I'm like, I mean, I can't, I can't disagree. It's how they coded it. They did that intentionally. And then I told her how one of my friends got one and shared it with us. One of my friends, who, mind you, after they got it, Never opened the game again. They sent me the picture like, hey, look what I got. And I'm like, dude, that's a god pack. That's a really cool pack. You got a really good pack. And he's like, oh yeah, I never touched it again after this. I'm like, I can't say anything against that. That's so fair. Oh god, oh god. Oh, it was so fun. I really like talking to them. Unfortunately, the thing about going to these conventions when you're driving hours away is either they are also driving hours away from somewhere that is never the same place as you, or they live there, which again, there's hours away, so you're never really gonna see them again unless you go to the convention again and they're there again. So a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, I would love to talk to you again." I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't live anywhere near here, and I don't live anywhere near where you came from. So we're just shit out of luck here. But it was a great single interaction. I love talking to these people. Yippee! I feel like every time I go out, I've realized that, damn, I'm kind of magnetic and really good at talking to people if we're actually talking like together. If I'm on here, obviously I'm just talking to myself because otherwise it's gonna get quiet. Nothing's gonna be said if I don't talk to myself. But in person, if I have someone I actually go back and forth with, I'm like, oh hell yeah, this is awesome. I forgot people can actually conversate. That's a thing that people do. Oh my gosh. Un momento, I want some more coffee. Ah. So one of the tables, actually the one with the TCG person, had these fidget toys. And one of those was a clicker. And I swear we sat there for like 5 minutes as Zach and my sister's boyfriend just clicked and clicked and clicked. And like they were going hard on these things. Can they break? Because they might break them of how hard they're going on these fucking clickers. They went insane mode. Like imagine you're having to mash a button in a game and that was them. But there was no end to it. They just kept going. So I made sure Zach got his little clicker. He has a clicker now. And they also had some dice and oh, what was the container? It was like a bottle, like a dragon bottle to hold your dice. You could also roll them out of the dice. So I had him get that. The unfortunate thing that I always am concerned about is our cats love running all over our desk and knocking things off. I've already had them knock off something that I got. I'm looking for it now. Hold up. Yeah, I already had them knock off something I got from the convention, and I'm so mad at them because they cracked the tail. The tail's cracked. There's a little spot on it. I'm so upset. My little shit. I love my little shit, but the little shit. It's so pretty. I'll get to that later. So he has a dragon dice holder thingy. He got 3 or 6 dice. I don't know. They got some dice. And I think they both got a clicker. And then my sister got, God, I can't remember. I think she got a frog. Like this little, very pretty 3D printed frog. Just little knickknacks, you know. We love little knickknacks. That was so cute. Most of the time, we would walk around looking at all the little different animals. There were people walking around with their snicks, which I understand some people have a severe fear. Like, I posted the hognose snake, and I think that 3 people unfollowed immediately after that. Do you guys not mute words that you can't handle seeing? If you're afraid of the snake, mute the word snake, baby, okay? Mute it. Please. Don't subject yourself to it. Just mute the word. If someone's not posting the word, then fair, but I always post the word. Mute the word, damn it. Block it. Block it. You don't need to see it. It's okay. If you can't handle it, mute it. Mute it. I do that with everything. If I can't handle something, I mute it. And then, out of sight, out of mind. I'm helpful. It's so much better. Mute the fucking words on your platforms, goddammit. Curate your feed. I'm so adamant about this. Curate your feed. If you think your feed is really miserable, stop engaging with that particular thing and start muting a lot more words. It's okay if you have like 500 words muted. At least you're happy. At least you're happy. It's your internet space. Curate it, babes. Now, with that being said, there were a lot of schnecks. Like, so many. I got to learn about all the different typings. There's a lot of different colors. I think my favorite were the koi fish looking ones, which were red, black, and white. Otherwise, probably the white ones with the little specks of color, because they just make me think of if you did coffee and you had the coffee, but then it was mostly just cream. I love that. Or the ones that seemed kind of lilac-y, but obviously purple, but not purple. They just seemed it. They appeared it. I love purple. Everyone knows this. Those ones were really pretty. Or the ones with just black spots everywhere. Because I'm like, oh look, they have little moles. I love them. I love them. I have moles. I have moles. I love them. And then, oh god, there were so many leopard geckos. There were a lot of gargoyle geckos or lizards. I don't know. One of those. They were gargoyles. That's all I remember. Gargoyle something. And those ones look really cool because they look like little statues, like really tiny statues. It's really interesting when you get to see the baby version versus the adult version. The baby versions will be very, very tiny and they look really soft and they don't have many spikes. And then the adult version is like this buffed up statue gargoyle lord, and I'm like, oh wow. There was actually one I really liked because he was very, very pretty. Very think like Great Jagras from Monster Hunter World. He looked like that. He was so cool. Lavender hognose. Oh, the hognoses. I'm gonna get to those. They're really pretty. They're really pretty. Most of these snakes, mind you, were around. Like there were some that were around 100, but a lot were 200 to 600. Like, I'm not dropping that on an animal personally. It would have to be my dream animal, which is a Maine Coon. It would have to be that. That's the only thing that I think I'll ever drop a lot of money on. I really want a Maine Coon. It's my dream kitty. But I couldn't do it. But like the other thing is like I love looking at them. None of them bother me. Not really someone who's easily bothered by things. Usually. Like if you're going over my boundaries, then yeah, I'll get bothered. But if it's other things, then normally I'm not. Animals don't really bother me. Nasty living spaces don't really bother me. I'll usually just think, damn, you need help? Are you okay? Dirty people don't usually bother me. I'm usually just like, damn, do you need help? Are you okay? I'm not really that type of person. So there were dubia roaches. Now that I was kind of like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. I have personal experience with living in a cockroach infested home. I know they're not the same, but I can't. I can't. It is 100% trauma. Always know your limits and stay away from them. Like at these reptile, these were not feeders. These were pet ones. Some were feeders, like some at tables were, but the ones that they were showing us specifically, the ones that I was thinking of were not feeders. They were pets. Blah, 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 blah. When you go to these reptile conventions, you would think like it's gonna be reptiles. You don't really think that there's gonna be insects, but there's a lot of insects. There's a lot of insects. What are spiders considered? Are those insects? I'm assuming a man knows. I'm just assuming. Okay. Is an arachnid not an insect? I always thought that was an insect. What's the between? Now I gotta look it up. What makes an insect? All insects have 3 body parts: a head, a thorax, and abdomen. They have 6 legs, have a pair of an antenna, and they have 0 or 2 pairs of insect versus arachnid. I'm curious. Arachnids have 2 body segments and 8 legs. Oh. Can an arachnid be an insect? They're both arthropods. What's an arthropod? An invertebrate animal with a large phylum Arthropoda, such as an insect, spider, or crustacean. Oh, so they're related to crabs? Did I get that right? Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So they're all arthropods. Okay, I get it. I understand now. Interesting. I learned something. I don't remember much from. I know that they taught me that in elementary school for science class, but that was years ago. I don't remember any of that. Nope. That was forever ago, dude. Ugh. Almost break time. Okay, at the beginning, after break, I'm gonna tell y'all about what happened that made me go like, "Whoa, chill out, dude." After break though, break first. Go get snackies and go piss girl and drink your coffee and whatever else. Whatever else. I'm still not amazing at singing, but I'm practicing so much. I want to get better. I want to improve. You just have to keep practicing. Just keep practicing. I love goth beauties. Ugh, ugh. I'm an old type friend and she's goth and she's like so fucking hot. She's so hot. She's so hot. She's so hot. I really want the Suica model too. It's so pretty. Will I use it a ton? Probably not because I want to make sure that I'm showing off the work I've done because I've worked really hard. I've worked so hard to get where I am. But I want to use it because it's just pretty and I feel like it deserves it. It's so pretty. Ugh, artist. Oh, I love artists. Oh, I love artists. Artists are so good. Artists are so good. God, I love artists. I've been feeling like I want to change her hairstyle too. I don't know. Just the bangs. But I feel like the only other thing I would do for her bangs is no bangs. Because that's what I have. I have no bangs. But if you do that, then we could play tic tac toe on her head. That's a classic. We love doing tic tac toe, right? Right? Ugh. We love doing tic tac toe and then just tying over and 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 over. Honestly, if you're not tying in tic tac toe, then you might have just like a thing, and that's it. You're going too fast. You weren't thinking, and that's so fair. Gosh, ugh, I love Multi. I love Multi. I love her. She's so me coded, obviously, but like, I can't believe I did this. I love. Okay, so now that we're back, I should have drank my coffee while we were on break. God damn it. So I mentioned that I had my walker, and there's a lot of people who look at you when you bring these things in. Now, normally, I don't think that they're really thinking anything. It's usually by their facial expressions where I'm just like, I don't like how you looked at me. But most of the time, they're just kind of looking and observing and probably just thinking, man, I wonder what's wrong with that person that makes them need that. I feel like that's probably all they're thinking, which is fine. I don't care if you think that. But sometimes they'll look at you and they're just kind of looking at you like, and I'm like, bitch, what? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop it. Stop it. I don't like it. Stop it. Well, no one really looked at me like that, so it didn't bother me too much. Everyone was pretty nice and friendly and just kind of understanding. In fact, I feel like a lot of people were more friendly to me. Maybe out of pity. I don't know. I don't know. It just felt like they were really nice and personable. 100% feeling. There is no basis or fact. It was completely feeling. Oh, one of the cats went crazy. But there was this particular guy leaving with his two little boys, and they all kind of just sat there and stared. And they didn't really make a face, so it didn't really bother me. I was just like, they're probably just curious. That's fine. I don't care. But Zach cared. He cared. He's like, I don't like how they looked at you. I wouldn't fight a man and his kids. And I'm like, what? What? He's like, I wanted to deck two kids. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't like how they looked at you. They were judging you. They were looking at you funny. I'm like, I don't think they were, baby. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to go deck two kids. It's okay. But it was really funny he did that. I felt I don't know. It made me laugh. Like, what do you mean? Don't go punch two kids. They were just being nosy. I don't care. That is telling to calm down. I feel like if you have a feeling, it's always fine to express it to the people around you, as long as you don't go up to those people and actually start throwing hands. Because a lot of times I'll watch videos and it's these people just going up to someone in a parking lot saying, "Why do you have that? You shouldn't be in this disabled parking spot. You don't even look disabled." And the person hasn't even gotten out of their car. They're just immediately going up and judging them, being all aggressive. It's like, dude, maybe you shouldn't be so reactive. Maybe you should like slow down a little, let it process, and then think about it. And like, if you haven't even seen if they've gotten out, and even then, like, I have an invisible disability. Mine's not one that's usually visible. The only time it becomes visible is if I'm sitting there repeatedly triggering it, and then I'm dripping sweat, and my face is super red. That's when it becomes visible, and that's not even that visible. Because anyone could just think, oh, she's just out of shape, and she's out of shape because I am. I can't. I can't do my. Potts has orthostatic. No, Potts has exercise intolerance. And what this means is, while yes, I can get up and walk around for a little bit, if I try to do any form of exercise that is standing up in any way, or just exercise that isn't even standing up, it will worsen my condition. It could make me pass out. It could trigger it worse. It will actually cause me to have symptoms for about at least a week, sometimes longer. I've had it where I was down for the count for about a month. And by down for the count, I mean that I am sleeping about 18 hours a day. I'm in severe pain. Everything hurts really bad to the point I can't stand. If I do stand, my vision will black out more. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to do exercise sometimes. Personally, I still like doing it because I was someone who enjoyed running around, doing exercise, picking up heavy things. I enjoyed it. It felt good. It makes my brain feel good. I love doing walks. I can't do those anymore. I can't. I'm so sad. I love doing them. Now all I can do is use my little sitting exercise bike. So that's one where you literally just sit on it, and it's like biking, but it doesn't actually move. It's just the movement of biking. Of course, there are people who just have invisible illness. Like, that's just it. They have invisible illness and they are still disabled. You are not one to judge. So even if that person got out of the car and looked fine, you're still not one to judge. You have no fucking clue. Are you in their body? Are you in their life? Are you walking in their shoes? Are you literally them? No? Shut up. Go away. No one needs your input. Fuck off. Go away. I don't need you. I hate watching those videos. I love that talking about Zach wanting to deck 2 kids makes me remember those videos and how annoyed I get when I see them. I feel like it's the same thing as watching videos with people with their service animals. So there are people who will bring their small dogs into Walmarts and grocery stores. I'm just like, if the dog is barking, it's probably not well trained, and it's probably not anything more than an emotional service dog. Which, if you need an emotional service dog, you might benefit more from just getting groceries delivered than going into the store with your small dog that's yapping. The ones that I often see though is because of those ones, they'll go up to people with their physical disability dogs, where the dogs are on leashes and wearing their high visibility. They don't even. If you have a trained dog, you don't have to wear those signs. You don't have to wear, like, the dog doesn't have to have on a coat or a vest. They just need to be leashed if they're not inside of a crate. So I'll see people going up to those and I'm like, leave them alone. You're not the store owner. So why are you creating a scene? You're not the store owner. Did the store owner let them in? Then fine. You just gotta accept it. You have to, because you don't own the place. You quite literally don't. The employees let them in. That's all that matters. Back off, dude. I think a lot of people think that as what is it called? Is that white knighting? I don't feel like that's white knighting. Isn't white knighting one that's more individualized? I'm not sure. What would it be called? Vigilante? I think it's kind of like that. They're trying to do vigilante justice. Is that the right wording? I'm not sure. I'm questioning. I wouldn't know how to word it. I have a very limited vocabulary, and oftentimes I'll learn that the words I'm using are not what I'm meaning to use, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that the mass population thinks the way I'm using this word is very stupid. Sorry. I had no clue. I am ignorant. I am ignorant to the general population. I'm sorry. I'm learning. I'm willing to learn. Blocks. Spare me. Anyways, I think I got completely derailed because I was ranting about disability and how people treat them in public. So at the REPTICON, there were these 2 different rooms. There's the first room you walk into on one side, and then there's like a food section / break area / bathroom area, and then the other side. And there's no difference between these 2 sides. There's just 2 different sides with different tables and everything. We definitely spent the most time at tables that had little decorum and little toys and glass things and so many things. So there was one table where they had skeletons and butterflies that were pinned well, and I got to learn some things because we were talking about ethical sourcing of these things, and I learned from this guy that he used to go caving and they would see a bunch of bats, but that's also how people unethically source bats. Like, these poor bats are just living their lives in caves, and people will go in, throw I think smoke bombs, he said, something like that, some kind of something, into these bat caves, and then all the bats will fly out and they'll capture and kill these poor bats. And that's how they get bat parts. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? He's like, yeah, I know a lot about how to get ethical sourcing because it's really important to me. And I care about the wildlife, so I want to always make sure that it's ethical sourcing. So if you ever have questions about it, you just hit me up on that number. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I love it. But I actually one of my favorite people I follow is very knowledgeable about taxidermy and ethical sourcing. And honestly, some of you probably know them since I followed them for so long. But Vargas Black is amazing. I just love her. I followed her for so long. She's always been really chill. I mean, there's been a few times where I'm like, is this? And then she's like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. She's very kind and willing to educate, which I love. I love people who are willing to educate. But when I was sitting here at this place, we're just chatting about all this, and I saw this one butterfly where its wing is kind of like, I have it in my hand. Actually, let me just bring up paint. I'll show you. I'll draw it. Good old paint. The app. Okay. So I got paint. Multi you get to move. And paint. Why is it doing that? Why is it black? Oh, do you see that? Wait, can I make a picture with my... What the heck? What the heck? What's it doing? Interesting. Maybe I need a game source for it. Game capture? Paint. What do you mean that name is already in use? Paint program. Wait, I don't think that's showing either. No, it doesn't even... What the heck? Property? Oh, there we go. Okay, I just had to change it to Windows 10. Never mind. Remove. Okay, so you have paint. I can do this picture. Okay, maybe you'll recognize the butterfly. So he's like, he's got a little. Oh wait, let me make this bigger. How do I increase the brush size? Okay, here we go. So this is his body, and he's got a little bit of orange under his body. I'm using my mouse, so bear with me. So that's the body. He's got like these like black stripes right here. Mind you, I was sitting here staring at this little guy for like the entire conversation. Pretend like those are stripes, because yeah, I can't. I'm looking at him. Okay, and then he has one wing here, which I'll color in a second. And then he has one wing here, which is like this. Yeah, it's good enough. And then he's got like one wing like this. Just like little short one. Little short guy. And then he's got the other wing, which is also just a little short compared to the other side. Let me erase this. Yeah, that's better. And then that spot, I need to get a color. Hold up. These top wings are kind of grayish. Ooh. You can use the brush. Yeah, let's do this oil brush. So I like this kind of. With a little more gray, both of these ones. And then the black goes back through. Look at my beautiful drawing. Are you still proud of me? Maybe you know what butterfly this is just from my drawing. So get those two wings, and then he's got these beautiful Yeah, 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 yeah. Like that's. I need the oil again. I'm looking down at him. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I did it. It's got a few little like boop, 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 and then this one's got a little bit of boop, boop. It's a little bit of damage. And when I was sitting there staring at him, because I really liked him. I really, really liked him. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, God, I think I want him. And the guy's still talking about the bat thing and still kind of listening, but my ADHD is like, I really want this butterfly. I don't know what it was about him, but I just stared at him and I just loved him. I loved him so much. He's so cute. He's so pretty. He's got beautiful colors. He's got the orange, the teal, the grayish, and he's got a little bit of damage. And I said to the guy, I'm like, I think I want this butterfly because he's damaged like me. And the guy just looked at me like, he was so stunned. He's like, I'll knock off $5 for you. I'm like, I didn't even want a discount. I just really want him. That has nothing to do with it. I'm not trying to guilt you into discounting me, buddy. I'll pay full price. I just really like him because he's damaged like me. I mean, like, seriously though. Can I move this? Oh yeah, okay. So this one's really short. This one's really long. This one's really long, and this one's a little short. It's just like I don't know. I guess that's probably why the butterfly didn't live very long, is because he had this wing deformity where they're really short. So there's a little bit of damage to the side, probably from his birth defect. And I'm the type where I like to make jokes about what I have problems with. Okay, I do. I love making jokes about my issues. What's the point of living if I can't have a little fun with my life circumstances? Because most of them are fucking horrible. My life has been horrible, but I can make jokes out of it because it's my life. So he's damaged like me. The punishment joke? I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one. Oh, the pingus. Oh yeah. Okay, so some of you might be like, Maddie, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. So he said, you guys should come get one of these Valentine snakes too. And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I really need a snake because, he's got one in his pants. Looking at Zach. And the guy just goes, and Zach looks at me like, I said immediately after I saw his face, I'm like, it's a joke. It's a joke. I'm sorry. I apologized. I'm sorry. He didn't laugh at all. He was just blank face. He didn't even care. He wasn't present. He was just questioning what was wrong with me. And I was sitting there thinking, a lot of things are wrong with me. I'm sorry. Oh, God. This is what I mean by know your audience. It's hard when you don't know them, but as they get to know you, then it'll be okay. But when you don't know them, when you don't know them, they're gonna just sit there questioning what the fuck is wrong with this person. That they think that that's funny. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, I have tears. I remember walking up to Caitlin and her boyfriend after that and telling them the joke, and they both laughed, and they laughed at the guy's reaction because I thought it was hilarious that he just stone faced me, and I'm like, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny too, and so fair of him. So fair. I love my butterfly. It's so cute. Now, my sister after the butterfly ended up going to this table about his name was like Hillbilly Hognose or something. He had a lot of hognose snakes. And she told me like the average price for the particular one she wanted is 300 plus, so not cheap. She said it usually was around 350. This guy let her hold any of the snakes. Like he was very friendly. He's like, here, just put it in her hand. Threw it in her hand. She was sitting there with it for like 10 minutes holding this snake. And she's like, what do I do with him? Like I like him. I do want him. He's exactly what I want. So I'm gonna do my best rendition. Let's see. You're gonna love this drawing. There's no way anyone can be afraid of this drawing. Okay? So what makes them hog noses is the fact that their faces kind of just they're very pointed down. So they go like this, and then you'd have the little. I'm just gonna do it this way. This is his mouth. He's got a little, boop, and this is his eye. So that's how their faces go. It's very boop. Now the women of these snakes usually have more of a point. Ooh, wrong color. Usually have more of a point to theirs, whereas the guys will have. Damn, neither of those are really good. Okay, let me wait. Hold up. So that's like ladies, and then the dudes will have more of a. Ooh, why can't I do a circle? Whoop. There you go. So, what's the symbol for females? That's the females. And this is the males. I think those are the symbols. I have no clue. I'm guessing. I'm just gonna assume that I did it right. I don't remember the symbol for male or female because I don't give a shit. And these are hog noses. Hog. Mouse drawing is so hard. I'm so shaky still, guys. I'm sorry. Hog nose. They're really cute. They're really cute. So hers is like. See if I can do it. So many stripes. I'm trying. He's a baby. He's a baby. It is a male. That's why I made its face a little more, circular. Yeah, beautiful. Did so good. This looks so bad. I love it. Hers is very koi like. This is called a tricolored pattern, she told me. A lot of them were more. I'll do another. A lot of them were more like this. Literally just that. They were mostly just that. If I were to add any other color to it, then there you go. That's what most of the others were like. What she said are not tricolors. Are like, I don't know. They're not tricolors. They're more common. She said. So she's been looking for tricolors, and this guy, he's like, oh yeah, I don't list my prices because I like to haggle. And firstly, I think that could very easily let people who don't know anything about snakes get screwed over. Personally, just my opinion. But he kept complimenting Chris. He's like, "Oh, you know so much about snakes. That's awesome." Which is another thing about these conventions. A lot of people I meet, when they have knowledge on a topic, they try and kind of overshadow anyone else who has even a semblance of knowledge on that topic. Like they'll get really defensive and guarded with their knowledge, and they'll try and one up the other person with their knowledge. I'm just like, you're kind of annoying. Like, I met people who will get super pissy over me knowing a lot about dogs just because I had to do a lot of vet care for my parents since they are horrible, awful, god awful pet owners. And I wanted to ensure these animals would fucking live and not die because they refused to take them to the vet. So I had to do a lot of research on them. Do I know a ton about dogs themselves? No. I just know how to help certain things at home when your family is awful and won't take care of your animals. So I will talk about these things, and a lot of people who are just that what is the word? The ones who do the medicine for dogs, they'll get very uppity and very mad that I know these things, and they're like, "Well, you don't actually know any of this. I have a degree," and I'm like, "Okay, okay, that's cool." It's always when someone says, "Well, I have a degree," to one up their knowledge over you, I just check out. And I'm just like, okay, well, I have a degree in not being an asshole, which clearly you're lacking in. So there we go. No, I don't. But I just want to. I wanna choke someone out when they do that. Your pool I have a degree. It is so good to be proud of your accomplishments. It's not good to use your accomplishment to lord over someone else. That is the big difference here for me. Be proud. Don't be so proud that you're lording it over someone else. I have this happen a lot with people with psychology too, because they're like, well, I have a degree in it, and you just know what you know from Googling. And I'm like, no, a lot of it I know just from. Also, I also doing some college courses, and maybe I don't have a master's or a PhD or anything, but I definitely know a lot. And also, a lot of things that you get taught, you're going to end up taking away in a way that not everyone's going to take the same. There's certain topics where it's very subjective and you're just going to take away whatever you want. I feel like psychology is actually one of those where it's very subjective. You're going to take away what you want. When you get into the clinical side, it's not subjective. But when you get into any of the therapy side or anything like that, it's very subjective. Everyone's going to do therapy differently, and they're going to take away what works differently. But a lot of people like to be like, well, I have a degree. And I'm like, that's so cool. I'm glad for you. It doesn't change anything I said. I cry every time. Whole point being, at this convention, she does not have a degree in any of this, obviously. They're all just having fun, and it's all just their hobbies. So they were always just so chill when she would start talking about all this knowledge she has. And they're like, oh, that's so cool. I love that you know all these things. And just really respectful of her. Like, she would go off about something she knows about, and they're like, yeah, awesome. You're awesome. That's so cool. And sometimes they share knowledge back and forth and kind of pass it. I'm like sitting there like, this is so respectful. I love this. This is so cool. I love this. This is such a good environment. I think that's the thing too, is if you get into the actual knowledge side of things, then they're a lot more protective of their knowledge versus if you get into the hobby side of things, then they're all just happy to know this thing and they're happy to share it. Which is probably why I have issues. A lot of people I talk to are in the knowledge side, and I'm just here having fun learning things. It was so nice. I loved her teaching about breeding, about the different snake breeds. Yeah, we're vibing. What the fuck is that heart? Share the love. Oh, I want that. I want a heart. Someone go get me a Franny clip so I can share it, so I can get the heart. I love Franny. What else? There were so many things I took away. It made me really, really happy just being in an environment where everyone's just happy knowing about a thing. It really that is the main takeaway. I was so happy and so chill. Everyone was just happy to share their knowledge and their love of this thing. There was so good. It was so good. I was so happy. Since she ended up sitting with that hog nose for the last 30 minutes essentially of the convention, because it ends pretty early, it ends around 4 p.m. I went over to another table and I got something. Now, the original reason that this table attracted me was 100% because there were statues of ladies who were very much naked. That was 100% why. I saw some right in here, and I went over and said, "I like your." And they're like, "Yeah, we had other ones before, but people complained about it being indecent, and apparently it was dude snakes. It was dude snakes." And I'm like, "What? That's so silly. You got the ladies out here, but you can't have the out here. Dumb. I want to see the and the I want to see both, but only in statue form. Don't send me dick pics, please. Just want to see statues. What, baby? You don't like that noise? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The guy was really chill. It was so funny because he had his literal 8-month-old baby. And he's like, "Yeah, my wife is over there eating Taco Bell and taking a break with her friend who is the actual owner of this table, and they all hand make these glass figurines, and they were really cool. A lot of them had people's poor babies, like, you know, into the models. It was so cool. It was so cool. They started telling me about how they'll do taxidermy for people's poor pets, so that they can still have their loved animals with them. And I think that's so cool. I think the little things that people do in order to express their sadness and still have it with them, I love that. If I could have done that with my poor baby, I would have. Because I've lost some animals who I've really loved, and a lot of you might relate, but I would 100% get the taxidermy just so I could forever have them with me. I would. I would. I don't think it's weird or creepy. I think that it's just cool. I think it's really cool how people express their love and adoration. And I love that. I love it. So they would do that for people and take commissions for them. And we weren't really supposed to be spending money, but there was this one particular thing where it's like a glass sculpture of a kitsune. So it looks similar to. Time for another drawing. Let me move these up. Let's scoot these all closer together. I really love. I love sweet people. See, exactly. It's like, sure, yes, I can understand why some people think it's creepy. We're all gonna like our own things. But like, stay in your lane. You don't have to tell people it's creepy, especially if it makes them happy. They are sitting there expressing their love for something that they had their last decade of their life. It's completely reasonable that they want to still have it around, even if it's not moving or animated. I think it's just sweet. So, the thing I ended up getting, I'm looking at it, so bear with me. It's gonna be the worst rendition ever of it, and I'm so happy of it. Mind you, this is all glass. Perfect. Okay, so it's like that, and then boop, 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 boop. Yeah. And then it's got like a bunch of whoop, whoop. This is so good. So good. You can see my shakiness. Whoop. Yeah. Okay, so this is all transparent. And then inside of it, I like I'm like, oh, that's why I was doing that. Here we go, airbrush. This will work. Oh yeah, perfect. It's all glittery with gold inside of it. That's perfect, actually. There you go. That's what I got. But like, imagine it better. Imagine it way better than this. Wow. The shakiness. The shakiness. It's so cute. Of course, my cats see the shiny object with glitter inside of it, and they're like, "Oh, it's a toy." No, no. So first day I brought it home, Heart knocked it off my desk, and I'm so lucky that all it did was chip one of the tails. So right here, this tail is chipped now. That little bit is gone, and it's just a very sharp glass right there, which is very sad. But you can definitely tell it's the glass. There's like little bits where they probably should have sanded it, because it's very sharp. Actually, I'm not sure how you do that with glass, but there's parts where there's very sharp. It's so pretty. It really is. I love just having little decorations and toys. These are my renditions of everything we got. Actually, wait, no, I didn't do Zach's little clicker. Hold up. Did he get the? I don't remember if he got the 2-key one or the 1-key one or the 3-key one. I was gonna do 3-key one. Eh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I'm such an artist. There we go. That's his little key clicker. And then God, I don't remember what his dice thing looks like, but good enough. Now we didn't get this one, but that's what most of them look like. See, I feel like shit post convention. My body hurts. Everything feels like ass, and I can't stop sleeping. And my foot really, really hurts, and it's horrible on my body. But would I do it again? Absolutely, absolutely. Here's the thing: when you're really sick and disabled like I am, and you're stuck at home all the time, and you don't get to go out much. And I kind of mentioned this when we did the aquarium date slash zoo date the other day, but having the freedom to go out and live life experiences when I feel like my life is already being cut short just by my physical health is so good on the brain. It feels so good. I get to feel like a functioning person for one day, even if I'm sitting there with my walker. I get to have fun, get to be around people, get to be in a society, get to see how people enjoy themselves. I love people. I feel like it's really easy when you get down and dirty with people, and by that I mean you get into the depths of their personality. That it's really easy to start disliking certain things people do. Like it's very easy. You're not gonna like everyone. But when I just get to sit there and observe people and see all the fun that they do and the joy they get to have and their little hobbies and all the when they get to share themselves with me and the things they really love, ugh, it's healing. It makes me feel less I don't know, I guess less alone. It was really fun. I loved it so much. I was just so happy. I'm so glad I got to go. We only got to be there for I think we walked around for 2 hours. And those 2 hours were the best time I've had in months. It was so fun. I was so happy. It was funny because my sister got upset at first because of something between her and a boyfriend. He was like sassy with her or something. I don't know. No one likes people being sassy. Unless it's clear they're joking. They don't like people being sassy. But once we moved past that, it was all chill and fun and bonding. We got to like, all go together. I think that's the favorite thing about going to these conventions is you're there with your people. You're there walking around together. You're doing this with people that you like. You're having a fun trip with people you enjoy being around. You're all getting to experience this together. Like maybe you don't all talk a lot, and that's okay. You don't all have to talk a lot, but you all get to experience it together. I think that's why I like doing just games and everything else with people because I get to do it with someone. I get to experience it together, and I love that. I love that. Hi, Cat. Hello. Um, I think I've talked about all of the convention now. I think I covered all of it. Like after she got the hog nose, the convention was closing down. Wait, there was one thing as we were leaving because they were closed. Someone had a Bengal kitty. Now they were not selling these. It was just there to attract people, which was honestly really smart. It was really smart. This baby was in a little crate, so no one could steal their baby. It was their baby. It was a beautiful Bengal kitty. She was so sweet. She wanted all the pets, and you know I stood there for like 10 minutes petting this kitty, even though we were supposed to be leaving. She was so sweet and cute. I was so happy. It was actually the table of the guy with the 8-month-old baby. It was his actual table, so I was like, oh, heck yeah, I'm gonna talk to y'all about cats. This is my interest. I know so much about cats. Heck yeah. I love kitties. If you want to know something about a cat, I could probably tell you. My favorite thing is when people misunderstand love bites. They're always like, yeah, my cat bit me. And I'm like, well, were you trying to play or was it just random? Because if it was just a random single small bite, that was a love bite. They're trying to give you love. That's how cats express their love. And some people will react really poorly. They're like, why'd you bite me? And then bite the cat back. And I'm like, technically, you just told it that you also love it, kind of. I love cats. They're very quirky. They'll get jealousy issues. They'll get oh, and so many personalities. I love cats. Oh. We got to bond over how many cats we have too, because these people they were rescuers essentially. I do. I love my duct tape. Actually, I will never forget the first time I brought duct tape to a vet at the same time that I brought my little Miss Freya. And the people there working there were fucking rude, honestly. And I mean actually rude. Because I'm standing there in the entryway or the little what is it called? The reception area. And all their back rooms are open. So you can very easily hear what they're saying. And these two nurses there say, God, imagine naming your cat duct tape when you have such a pretty name like Freya. What a stupid name. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why would you say this? That is rude. That's so rude. My poor duct tape is the sweetest boy, and you're making fun of his name because you don't particularly like it? Yeah. My babies. His name is beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone loves duct tape. You want to know why? Because it's useful. People love duct tape. You use duct tape all the time to fix things. Duct tape is a good boy. He's a good boy. I love his name. It's not a bad name at all. I wasn't even the one who named Freya, and her name's also pretty, but his isn't any less pretty, motherfuckers. Yes, Spork, duct tape, toast, heart, Freya, Momo. Momo's original name was actually Nemo. Nemo, but I hated it, so I changed it to Momo. I hated the Mimo. And Winnie the Pooh head. I love my babies. They deserve all their names. All of their names fit them. Fork is crazy. Toast warms your heart. Heart is just so sweet and ugh, they're all fitting. They all make sense. Like Freya's I couldn't change. I adopted her from a adoption event. And like I didn't know her like I knew Momo, because Momo I knew since she was a baby. Freya I had just met, so how could I change Freya's name? That would be evil. She had that name for 8 months of her life already. Dwight? Wait, why'd she get self-conscious? I had a cat named Panda. Same. I love names of animals that are just silly. Because personally, I feel like if you name your cat silly, it's not showing a lack of care, it's showing love to me. Because that means that you saw this little creature in your life and you thought, oh, yes, let's name it something silly because it's perfect for them. You looked at a normal object and said, this is perfect for my little creature of the night who sleeps in my bed and eats all my food. I loved all of it. Oh, The Office. Okay, that makes sense. Now, it is wind down time. I'm still feeling very physically unwell due to the trip. I am glad I get to share it with y'all and talk about it. And I hope you enjoyed the ADHD and the. I think I stayed mostly on topic. There was only some derails. I think I did good. Yay! Story times. I don't have many. Having these also, I feel like if I get to share them with y'all, I get to look back at this video now and remind myself of the fun I had. Whereas before, when I couldn't share them, then I would just eventually forget it and it would slowly drift away from me because my memory won't stay. And I really appreciate having this way of just cementing it forever. Now it gets to be here forever. Or at least until the internet eventually explodes and everyone bombs it and we get rid of it forever, which is fair. I couldn't blame it. But it'll still be on my PC because it's a recording too. Now, the other thing about me memorizing all these things is it has helped me remember some things that I had started to forget that were not so pleasant and I won't talk about here, but it does do a lot of good. Talking about your memories is really good. Cement them, especially if you're like me and you can't remember it. Have fun. Find a place to put it. If you need to just video record and leave it there for you for later, then do it. You can share it if you want. You don't have to, but do it. Have some fun. Do what you want with your life. Go write a journal. Go do video recordings. It's your life. It's your life. Live it. Live it. Thank you everyone who sat here and listened to me for the last 2 hours. Thanks for chilling, and I hope you enjoyed my little story. It was really fun. I hope that someone thinks about going to a REPTICON too. Go. Go to conventions. Go do those things you want to do. If you can do it, do it. Do it. Live your life. Who's stopping you but yourself? And money. We ignore that factor though. That's not what I'm talking about. Ooh, okay, I'll have to talk to you, Kat. Bye guys, thank you for chilling. Make sure you speaking of, make sure you join the Discord where we talk plenty. And I'll see you next time. Hopefully I get to start up the next game. I'm thinking it might be Kingdom Hearts 3, because we never did that. Sounds kind of appealing. Bye my lovelies, be good, treat yourselves. Go eat, go sleep, go do whatever you need. Just have fun. Make your